there is no gain.
Exactly.
Okay? So you can't be mad at people for the prices that they want you to pay. One, you got to pay for time
But
and what they put into it.
Here's my thing, because I don't have a problem with paying higher prices. Just don't tell me. I mean, you know what I mean? If you put it on the menu and let's say, like you said, they did an upcharge for the macaroni and cheese, but there was no cheese, but you have your upcharge. That's fine. If I wanted, I'm going to pay
cheese, but it wasn't a lot. You know,
I got you, but I'm going to pay for that. You don't have to tell me where the prices got to go up. You leave all that out. I can see that the prices went up, but you don't have to give me an explanation as to why the pricing went up, because I know. Either I want it or I don't. Just like what Lamont said, I want quality. I'll pay $50 versus $30. Right. So that was another thing that I seen, you know, with catering. But let's leave catering. Let's just talk about the businesses is opening up on time. Customer service. Do you find that you go places more so off of customer service more than the product?
I'm a product girl.
You're a product girl. Okay, so you can deal with the
it gotta be right product, you know, for me to say, okay, I'm gonna deal with this. It gotta be that good.
Okay, go ahead, Mike. What's your thoughts?
Me personally, I need both. I need a balance of the customer service, because you can't talk to me any kind of way, and you can't treat me any kind of way.
We ain't doing that anyway.
Right, I ain't going.
That ain't gonna happen.
So what I want to hear is view. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you're the quality of I need that quality. I'm paying for quality, so I need you to have. It's a whole experience to me. So if I go, I need atmosphere. I need the whole joint, because I don't mind paying whatever to get what I'm coming to expect to get. Like, me, in my mind, a business is setting an atmosphere. It's setting an experience. I need something out of, because if not, I'll just go to a fast food restaurant if I didn't want an experience. You know, that's just something quick and I'm just eating and I'm just putting something in my belly. But I need to have an experience. I need for you to understand. Like, I know I'm not the only one in there, but I need to feel like I'm
the only one in there.
Right. Treat me like the king that I am. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You know,
I heard that. Go ahead, Pagans.
I don't know. It was one of my friends. They was like, they start out with 25 cents. Any mistake they make from there, it either go up or down. You know, it's either plus or minus. But I'll give an experience at Nicolini's. Now, Nicolini's is considered a decent restaurant here.
Okay, so that's a restaurant. The views of the guests on Brown Skin are clearly just the views of the guests. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is not to put anything on Nicolini's, but at Nicolini's. And so when I got you know how they bring the bread plate, you know, the plate that you put your bread on, there was something on there. And I was like,
I thought you were a dirty plate.
Right. Well, it was already on the table. You know, they had it set up on the table.
Okay.
And so I said, I need another plate. Well, when they brought me back another plate, it was dirty. Well, I won't complain anymore, right? But that's going to affect me how I tip you, right? Okay. And I don't think that's good customer service, because you look at a plate. If somebody complains about a plate, when you bring them another one, you're going to make sure that one is right?
Right.
You would think so. You would think so, even though that's going off topic of the Brown Skin, because that's a different type of restaurant. So you do have your issues at all restaurants. But that's why I kept saying, and I keep bringing up again, do you feel guilty about not telling someone that has a Black business? You know what I mean? Do you feel like, okay, well, I'm complaining? So you use Nicolini's as an example. Just like where I think one time I went out and the lady spilled the coffee. I guess she was nervous, but she gave it to me with spilled coffee all over the plate that the coffee was in. The tea, what was it, tea or coffee? Whatever it was.
It was coffee.
But it was
tea.
And it was presented to me. Listen, it was presented to me. That's what happened to me. Like, I don't know, you know.
And she went off.
Okay, but that's what I do.
Can imagine.
So,
She actually got a whole nother waiter. Excuse me.
Right.
I did, but here's the problem though. How, like, you bring me the tea, and I don't know if she was nervous or what, but all the tea is spilled all in the plate, in the tea plate, whatever. What is it called? Saucer. Okay. And she presented it to me. I want a whole new waiter.
And Mel was like, I can't do this.
Right. But then now I go to our restaurants, our brown skin restaurants, and I do that. Then I'm the complainer. But I do that everywhere. I'm consistent.
Yes, she is.
So why is it an issue? And I can't express myself because I'm a complainer. Oh, there comes the chronic complainer, the picky eater. Because I want my stuff. I'm like you, my love. The experience. I go places. Honestly, I go for the experience. And you could clearly see that when I asked you the question, do you go for the customer service or the product? And you said the product. You want both. Definitely, you want both. But guess what? I'll come and I'll support something else at your place if the customer service was so good, because there's people who are so kind that you find yourself, you be like, I know I shouldn't eat these gummy bears, but at least they got I ain't gonna fool with that hoodie for $80, but I'll grab these gummy bears y'all got on here, you know, up on the counter, you know, something like that. And you try to support, or if there's like a grand opening, let me come and show my support. But if you give me a hoodie, and I'm gonna say this because this is true, you tell me that you got to pay overhead and all this other stuff. This is not my business. Right. It's right. I didn't ask you to have a clothing store, but you want to charge me $80 for a hoodie that I can get at the mall for $30. I'm not paying $80. And then you want to tell me, oh, you don't support Black business. Excuse me? I feel like you robbing me without a gun.
Right.
But you know, and it's like,
now let's take this to another level, Mel. What if it was an $80 Valentino? The same sweater, but Valentino name was on it. The mindset is totally different.
My mindset is not, because guess what? I don't want it. I'm going to pay for what I want. If I don't care about labels, I've never been one that cared about labels. Because trust and believe, when I get mine, it's a handover, okay? Unless I really want it. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and I'll put this out here for my lovely people that don't know, like the Coach bag. They're like, oh, you spent all that money on a Coach bag? Listen, Coach bags last forever. If it rips, tears, or anything like that, you could call and get another one. You think your girl Mel was paying for all them Coach bags? I'm going to need you to send me a catalog because my bag ripped over here. Boom, I just flip them. That's why they look like, oh, okay, she got a new one. Oh, yeah. That's what you do. It's like Coach bags are like the Kirby sweeper. You spend $1,000, but guess what? That Kirby is still gonna work.
See, I've never been a person for name brands ever. I've never bought a pair of Jordans. Nothing against Jordans or anything like that, but I've always wanted to have an identity, and everybody tend to go for trends, and that's cool if that's what you want to do. I pay for what I want. Anything that I wear has to represent me.
Okay.
I have to co-sign what I wear. So if you doing something and I purchase a hoodie from you or anything from you, I have to believe in what you're doing and stuff. So I don't just buy. I'm not gonna pay $80 for a sweatshirt just because it got some other person's name on it. It adds no value to who I am. And that's just what I try to put off to younger people. If you can get out of that, because there's no way you can have straight F's and then be the flyest thing in school. You know what I'm saying? Everything is earned in life. And I think we just teach our youth and people go about things differently than I do. So.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. And then you have, like, for instance, you probably don't care, but I'm going to tell it anyway, because this is what I do. Like Cardi B. Cardi B has a 3-year-old daughter. She just got her a new I forgot what kind of bag, a Chanel bag or something like that, that she got her little daughter. But you have the younger people, just as you were saying, very impressionable, and they're looking like, oh, okay, well, boom, that little girl, what happened to little plastic patent, other bags of heels? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got a little purse. You know what I'm saying? It tear up the next day. But that little girl is not going to value that because it's just what she's accustomed to.
Mm-hmm. And she's going to expect that.
You know what's sad?
But you're going to have, what's going on?
You know what's sad? That same little girl probably will find more enjoyment playing with the dang box that dang bag came in, because she's young. She's not, all of that stuff is taught. So she don't understand what this name means. She is into it. That seems like a mother, right? So I don't.
Right. And then you'll have people that are looking at Cardi B like, oh, okay, well, let's go get these bags. I think it was the Bourbon bags that Cardi B was getting. Everybody felt that, okay, well, it's a status. So I got that. But your lights off. But you Amish, your Amish is weak or wet.
Look, I want a Louis Vuitton and I want one real bad. But I don't have Louis Vuitton money. If I can't keep how much my bag cost in it.
Right.
Now that's true. Look, I'm like, now that's true. You be like, just give me the bag. You can take what's in it because ain't nothing in it.
My mother used to talk about me because I was a Coach lover. It had to be Coach, Dune and Bork. That's what I wanted to wear. She was like, you got all these expensive purses with no money to put in it.
Dang, your mother told you.
It's the truth. And I try to teach my goddaughter that those things are unmaterial. And that's why we are so broke.
Okay. You think,
okay.
Now I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. There's a certain designer of clothes that I like, but it's the way that they fit me and how they feel. So I will purchase that. I am very tall. You give me something. I got floods all the time. No, I need to go here and I like this designer because the clothes fit me. I'm not buying it just so that my neighbor or my friends can say, oh, look what she's wearing. But it's certain quality that I like a purse. I'm a Coach girl. I like Coach bags. Why? Because the way they look. So I can go to Nine West, I can go to Calvin Klein, whoever, and spend $50 on the bag if I like it. So it's all about personal preference. But when you are doing things, just like Mont actually brought it to the attention, when you are younger and you're doing things because somebody else has, i.e. Cardi B did it to her for her child, it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna give my daughter that. But what? Why?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just to what? Be accepted and by whom? Because nobody's paying attention but me.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about something. I can't believe she did that for that little girl. Yeah, look, everybody paying attention but me to talk about it.
Right.
So that's why it's like, what do we do? And then other business owners, I want you to give some advice to business owners, whatever it is. And you made a valid point earlier, Fagans, when you were saying they have to have order. They have to have, let's say my experience, clearly there was no business plan. And they didn't look at the long haul. And for those who did look at the long haul and then their business failed, they blame us.
What does the Bible say? Here go the Bible thumping.
No, I don't have Bible background. I want to know.
Write the vision and make it plain.
Oh, that's in the Bible. My mother always said that. Right, okay, she got it out the. She got that out the Bible. That's scripture.
Pat Bible popping too.
She knew she write it down and make it plain. I'll be saying that all the time.
Make the vision plain. Write your vision and make it plain. And when you're looking at the vision, you got to start at the beginning, and you got to look past that. You understand what I'm saying?
Where you want to be.
Yes. It has to be a roadmap. Now that doesn't mean that all of that's gonna go down. But you just have to have a pathway and a clear vision.
Okay, pathway. And everybody don't take a straight path to get to their goal. Mentor, give us some advice. Talk to the young people.
My thing is this. I always set for me. I always do stuff for me. I'm different. But I set short-term and long-term goals. Like
Okay.
one thing, I was raised by my brother. I mean, well, my brother was my male figure, my older brother. He taught me
Okay.
the craziest thing. Anybody can buy one of these dang Benz and all of these big cars, but do you have the money to maintain those cars? It's all in the maintenance of that vehicle and stuff. So if you buying all of
Okay, so
these,
that's also like if I buy a BMW, you cannot pay to get the tire change, or if I need a new tire.
exactly, or the oil change, or is it gonna be a brand new Beamer sitting on a flat in your
In your driveway.
right for 3 months? You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at, I mean, ball within your budget, get what you want, but understand your responsibility is to make sure that XYZ is done first and stuff. Lights on, rent paid, you know, all of this stuff. Now, okay, can I afford to, to be balling with this right here? But why are you doing stuff for other people that don't even care about you for real?
But is it an asset or a liability? A car is not an asset.
A car is not. I wouldn't buy
I
a
mean,
damn car. Buy a house, save and get you a house. But young people, again, whatever you pour into them, that is what they're gonna get. So, like what you said about Cardi B, what is she teaching that young lady already and stuff? So she's already being taught other things. So I'm hoping that she's in the field to where she can maintain that lifestyle.
Okay, you brought up another point earlier on in the conversation before we had technical difficulties, and you said something about the hookup. So being a business owner, why is it that our people want hookups?
can I get a hookup?
I can get hookups. Come on the show.
That's the worst a lot of times our mentality is the one thing that holds us back the most, to me. And
Okay.
because we control so much and stuff, but we give away our power all the time and stuff. Like, for instance, I had a young man I worked with. He was in high school. This dude can really flow and stuff, and so I would work with him, listen to him, and all this kind of encouraging. Now, when he started making music and stuff, he wanted to give me his little CDs. And I said, nah, I'm gonna pay for them. And he was like, nah, man, you always looked out. I said, but I'm looking out for you because right now you can't afford to just give me that CD. You are working towards something. There will come a time when you'll be able to afford to give me that for free. But right now, nah, bro, I want you to win. So I will purchase and patronize you because I go to these other places that's not as brown as me and stuff. And I know that I'm going in there paying full price. So why would you cheat your brother and sister out of the money that they're trying to run a business? And you can't, like with business in a relationship, you can't settle. You have to keep your standards to your standard, because once you fall behind it, I mean, you drop up under that, you're not going to be in business very long. Business is business. It's not personal. It's business.
But he was given to who gave. That was a thank you.
Right. But I
But
wanted
he
to.
wasn't able to.
But think about this, though. The problem was, if he's trying to give to me, what about the guy? Oh, man, I've been knowing you since 3rd grade. Oh, man, I went to daycare.
I get it.
Everybody, I just wanted him I was looking not short term, I wanted long term to teach that young man, look, brother, you have to understand your worth. You have to understand that you're building a brand. And if I support you, I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay whatever price you set for that. Either I'm going to pay it or I'm not and stuff, but don't just give it away.
Because you know what happens? You know what happens once they give it away? People don't even listen to it.
Right.
There's no value in it. There's no value in it.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. I felt some type of way when I had my book and someone asked, one person asked, can you give me one?
Was it me?
Of course not.
I know it wasn't
You
me.
paid for it. No, you pay for you. Listen, I felt some type of way because I understand, like, this is something that I'm doing. Yes, I'm making money, and you want me to give you something. To give you something, and you're here to support me. I was offended by that. I was totally offended because you're not supporting me, just as what Mon is saying. That's not support. You want me to give you people that have like t-shirts for whatever cause that they're doing. There is a fundraiser to pour into theirs. Like Mon, you were selling what, t-shirts, I believe?
No, I actually was giving those t-shirts away. But
What?
yeah, but
Is that what you got?
there will be a time when I'll be selling t-shirts and all of this stuff, and
To invest, to reinvest.
right, to reinvest into the business. Yes.
Because I'm going to tell you, like, when you do mentoring and things as such, the success of a business like Boxing to Live, and I've been following it for a long time, for years now.
Thank you.
When you look at it, because those are our young men, we got to pour into our young men. Their success is your success.
Yes.
And then you look at, okay, well, I'm going out here and I know that you're spending your monies. You're investing in yourself. So it's like, I need to get it back. That's why I used that, but you was giving those t-shirts away. So, okay, so that's a bad analogy.
The thing is, I had to learn so much. So when I tell people stuff, it's from experience. I had to learn that what I'm doing is actually valuable and stuff.
Yes,
there's a lot of stuff I had to fix in myself. That stuff from my childhood that I had to fix. So going forth, when we relaunch this Boxing to Live, it's going to be in a basically, I was running Boxing to Live in a room when it was meant for a mansion. I wasn't given the whole detailed thing because I was like, nobody gonna, I'm from New York. Ain't nobody gonna really grab this right here. And it grew so fast to where I never factored in money. I only factored in the need and what I seen. And so, right. And so I just I had a 501c3 and never used it. Everything that I did with Boxing to Live up until this point has been out of my own pocket. And it got to the point to where I looked up and I was like, dang, I done spent my whole paycheck literally on this vision. So yeah, it's all of this is a learning process, because especially for a person like me, because I'm heart driven. So I have to believe in something, but when I believe in it, I'm all in. So, but you have to step back and you have to understand the value of what it is that you're doing, and it's hard to put a price tag on it, because I don't like asking people, because that's my baby. It's going to always be my baby. But something happened when I started Boxing to Live. It was originally for men, like you said. But I had young ladies coming to me saying, dang, challenging me. Like, look, you doing all these for these dudes over here. What about us? What about us? And when you work in the school system as a male, you have to be careful in how you move when it comes to young ladies, because you would never, I'm going to say it on your brown skin, you would never hear about Finn and a kid and stuff, because you're just a kid. You know what I mean? So I had to get over that. I had to grow up, and they challenged me to include them. So now the program is actually for males and females.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Now, do you have your vision on paper?
Yes.
Oh, his stuff is laid out.
Yes,
it's laid out. I read it. It's laid out, and it's been years, like I was saying. And you look at something so valuable because you're dropping those gold nuggets into our future. And it's like, when you have people, that's why I was offended when here's my book for sale. Listen, it's only $9.99, and I'm gonna give you your penny. Okay?
You ain't giving $9, it was $10.
$10. We dropping that in, then we putting that in the jar at the house.
$10.
Right? Let me give you your penny. How many pennies I owe? But to ask someone and to have the goal, it's like, but can I be upset? I was offended, but I wasn't upset. I wasn't upset because I already understand, and it is a mindset. And then you have those that are out there, you have givers and you have takers. And if I give you this book, and yes, I did, I knew the individual. If I give you this book, you're not going to read it. It's just going to sit there and you're going to say you had it. My book is actually a self-help book, How the Wife Becomes the Other Woman. It's a self-help. But it's like, are you going to read it, or are you just going to sit it there and say, okay, well, yeah, I have that, and just add it to the library, and it's, dusty like the old Bible that sit on the dining room table. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm not going to give it to you. Or how about you say, well, here go $10. Oh, here's $1. Here's something, you know what I mean? So let me reinvest. And I always say you have to invest in self. You have to, and if it's your dream and it's your purpose and it's something that you want to do in your ministry, for the business owners that are out there, you have to invest in self. You can't rely. That's the reason I'm bringing this whole situation up. You can't rely on other people to invest. You can't rely on other people to see your vision, because it's your vision.
Right.
Now, it's important for them.
Now I have a question, and this is not a means to take over, but it may help someone that I'm going to ask, and this is both for you and the mentor. Okay. So the question is, how did you get the foundation to have the mindset to write the vision, to make it plain? I mean, where did it stem from? How did it get to this point? Was it something you dreamed up? You know what I mean? Like something God showed you? Or how did you get to that point?
You want to go first?
You can take it first.
I can take it first. Which one you want to talk about? My public speaking, the radio show, or
it's whatever you want to give. Whatever you want to give. I'm saying, how do you get to that point?
You have to write it down.
So this is what I'm asking you. Somebody who is trying to develop, we're talking about a young person, somebody who is trying to develop these skills, to have a mindset, to have a vision, write it, make it plain. Who taught you to get to that place? Where did you get this from?
I got support is one. And I was blessed enough to have a mom who believed whatever I wanted to be, and I believed it. She would always say, whatever you want to be, you can be, just be good at it. I don't care if you be the greatest man, just be good at it. Whatever it is you want to do. I'll use the book as an example. For say somebody decide, okay, well, I want to write a book. You have to, and in that situation, that's funny you should say, like the whole dream thing. I said I was going to do it, speak things into existence. I said, I wrote this book years ago. It was in my head, but you have to write it down and make it plain. Some people will ask, well, how do you know where to start? Here's the thing. There is no order in writing the book. Just write it. Once you write it, then you go and you think back, okay, well, let's see. And I'm not talking about How the Wife Becomes the Other Woman, because those are different stories, all true stories. But you write down what it is you want to talk about. Don't worry about the order. Don't worry about the grammar. Don't worry about any of that. Write your story. Once you write it down and you read it, because what's going to happen is you're going to remember other things. Then you do a timeline. When you do that timeline, it'll all flow. So you'll have a notebook, and then you have another notebook. I'm not one that'll put things on the computer, because the computer will crash. You see what just happened. While we are on another one right now. So I don't do that. I did have, once I had it on paper, I typed it on the zip drive. Then I read it. I'm one, if I'm not interested, even like rapping, or if you're in the music, if you're not hyped about your stuff, nobody else is. Okay. I write according to my attention span. That's why it's a short book. Let's get to the point. A, B, C, and D. Boom, boom. Okay, let's move on. If things are too long, I'm gone. So you have to, if I can say this, don't do things based off of how you think other people will receive you. Do things based off of how you want people to receive you.
To receive it.
Tell your story. Go ahead.
So we got 4 minutes left. I'd like to have 2 minutes and see what Master has to say.
Go ahead.
Mentor.
You know who he is. You know just who he is. Go ahead, my love.
Real quick, for me, it's different. It goes back to my belief. I believe that God gives everybody a gift. And you just have to tap in. That's what life is about. You find that gift and you live in it. So with me, I was looking at everything that was going on in the world and stuff and thinking about, Martin Luther, Malcolm X, and my position in our community. Stop waiting for Superman. So I was looking at these young people and I was like seeing myself. So I look at, and I'm just like them. I grew up with no father. We grew up poor. We originated, first started out in Westlake. I've been on the wrong side of the law a lot. I wasn't always this man that stands before you. So I am flawed, but I'm the best person for him because I can tell you the truth and I don't care. I will tell you the truth. So with me, it actually one night, I'm one person, I think a lot. So it was like 4:15 in the morning and I woke up and the name Boxing to Live came to me. I wrote it down in my little notebook. I wrote down Boxing to Live. I go back through this notebook maybe 3 months later, and I'm like, what the heck is Boxing to Live? And so I started to listen to myself about my own story to where how in Youngstown, these young men, myself included, we fight to live. It's a constant fight to live. So I'm like, okay, fighting to me is reactive. I want these young people to live life on purpose. So living life on purpose, a boxer trains for that fight. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Instead of just fighting and being reactive to your surroundings, I want to prepare you. I want to train you to live and fight your life for your life on purpose. So they need these tools. So all we're doing, or all I want to do is give you the game that my father and other fathers should have gave their kids, male or female. Take control of your life. You have control, more control than what you think. I've learned that we're lowering and dumbing down the system, but our kids are very intelligent. So if I set the bar high, they will meet that versus me coming down and watering it down. So I give it to them straight up, no chaser. And I'm not saying that Boxing to Live is for everyone, but I will say Boxing to Live is the realest thing that I've ever seen. And it's not like they box, they're in the ring, which I call life. They're in the ring and they train. It's the training of boxing. That's the key and stuff. I have a youth development part. That's why it's to live, because it takes the actual training, and then it takes the youth development part and stuff. And it's very complex. We have just a few things that we have. It has the etiquette portion in it. It has the understanding of why ownership, entrepreneurship is important. We talk about self and stuff. Are you strong enough to lose friends? We talk about your self-worth. This is your self-worth, not what this person think that you are and stuff. What do you see yourself as? But the most important part to this program is that parent, because we are an extension of you and stuff. I'm not there to take over. I am there to assist you. So the most important thing I can say about Boxing to Live is my mindset has always been that of it takes a village. And I always talk to older people that's been here longer than me to understand why that was so important. And I implement that into this program. So where that family is weak, we are strong, and vice versa. But I need that parent to be active. If you really want that change for that child, you have to support that child. And it's a lot of components to this, because it's a piece it's called the parent circle. So parents, actually, we get together. When we did stuff wrong, we did it as a group. I don't understand why when you try to help kids, you do it as an individual. Doesn't make sense to me. So it's like everybody, hey, male, I need you to come over here and talk to these kids from your perspective. Hey, you do this. I need you to come over here.
Right.
So it's the village concept.
So we are at 5 o'clock, and I thank you for that information. Look, I'm taking over
Wait
the
a
show.
second. No, you ain't. You're not taking over because wait, Vegas. I want to hear more because we're not, because we're 457. And guess what? It's my platform, my station, and I need to hear more from you. I have a question for you, Lamont, and guess what? I get to end it when I want to, so I need you to answer this question. When you said you didn't have a dad in your life, have you found that some of the children that you do have incorporated in Boxing and Live, do they have two family households, or are you open to accept, the mom and the dad both?
I mean, I'm open. Boxing, I mean, mentoring to me is not for at-risk youth. Mentoring for me is youth, period. So I don't care what your background is. All kids are at risk of something. So whether you have your father, you don't have your father, whatever, everybody, hell, I need me a mentor. Mentor me.
Definitely.
And that's what I was going to ask you. When are you going to start it for adults? That was going to be my question.
Where did he go? He done left. He done left us. Look, he done left us on that one. He like, adults, goodbye. See y'all. Vegas, you done had him go. He like, I'm done with
No,
y'all.
because that was literally my question.
No, but that's a good question.
Because they need that, because a lot of times the parents are broken.
And you know what though, honestly, even for his program, like he said, it's a group effort. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village for all of us, because I reach out when I have something going on. I can't do it alone. None of us can do it alone, So with that being said, reach out, do the thing. Mine, you hung up on us, huh? You done disconnected.
No, his phone might have died. Right.
I know.
Hello?
Yeah, you bet. I know what happened. I was like, dang, she's like, we're gonna do for adults. She was like, goodbye.
I'm out.
So that's how we doing it.
That's a good idea, but I think even for like business owners, even going into a business, and they have those different classes out there, but they should talk to somebody who's already done it, and not the same faces. I'm sick of seeing the same faces and the same people talking about everything.
We were talking about businesses and how they're running. I often seen, and I know it exists, that there are people who come in and teach you how to run your business more effectively.
There are some, but do we receive? That's the thing. How do we receive? And sometimes you have people who do you have a degree in that? If you don't have a degree in it, they don't want to listen to you. And I'm like, do you know who the richest people are?
Do you know? Wait a minute. Do you know what degree I got? I got the degree of Jesus. And if he puts it in my spirit and he shows it to me, it can't go wrong. Come on.
Glory. All right. You see, she got her shirt on. She ready.
I'm too blessed to be stressed.
I heard that. All right, Mike, you ever thought about doing something for the for adults?
Yeah, when you gonna get on your job? Did he hang up again?
He with us. We gotta get him on. I'm gonna have to get. We gotta get you on. We gotta get you on. Yeah, we got you on a Saturday, or get you on a day that's available so you can talk business over the airways for lots of people.
People keep calling me. Keep calling
with your shy self.
Shy.
and that's how, but a lot of people are. They be like, I'm shy. They be like, what? You did that doggone thing. Listen, I appreciate you guys tuning in to Brown Skin. I come on every Monday, the Clear and Uncut Conversations about us. Today's show is in memory of Abdul Wali Muhammad. Would you put that there?
My angel, right there.
There we go, Wali, the guy. So handle your
Yes.
business, people. Handle your business. Thank you, my love. What's your email address? boxingtolive@gmail.com. They can contact you. I believe
Thank
so. Is it and Noel
Yes.
Fagans?
boxingtolive@gmail.com.
Okay. And Noel Fagans, we got to get you on because we want to talk about the teeth whitening, all that good stuff. I know you know about it, been dealing with you for a long time, and keep us up on our hygiene and let people know how important brushing your teeth is. A lot of people.
Wait a minute, not only brushing. I'll tell you don't brush. Make sure you floss. That's more important.
But I want you to come here for my lovely people that's watching TV and got fronts. All right, listen, find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always, always love you. Until next week, people. Brown skin. All right, we gotta keep it brown skin. All right,
Thanks for
y'all.
having me.
Thanks for coming on. And thank you for real. We definitely got to talk about that hygiene. All right, lovely people.
All right.
Peace.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.